So Attack on Titan has finally ended, and wouldn't you know it, it's dog shit. Now I personally fucking hated the anime. I hated all the characters. They're just all like whimpering, pathetic losers. Half the anime is just like close-ups on characters' eyes as they're like whimpering in terror as they're about to get killed by some like horrific monster. Now the horrific monsters are the Titans. That part's fucking awesome. Those guys look great. They should have really like kind of done something more with them rather than just kind of like make them stupid. Like they're really for an anime that's like bordering on something horrific but not a horror anime, there's a lot of potential for a really good horror story that shifts into something else later on. But I don't know, I didn't read the manga because the art is fucking god awful. It's might be the worst art I've ever seen of anything ever. Even considering the early scans of Blame, if you've seen those online, the original scans done by like a fucking some Korean guy in a fucking basement downloading horse porn viruses. They look like shit. Blame looks like a good manga. The art looks good, but the scanlations online are fucking terrible. Anyway, so how did Attack on Titan end? Well, it turns out that the entire plot was Ymir, who's the founder Titan. She was like a cuck queen, and she was like a simp, and she was in love with her like abuser who did horrific abuses to her, and she just loved him, and that's all we're really given in the final chapter to understand her motivation. And Aaron's motivation is he doesn't know. He just says that he hints at that he had a compulsion to kind of go through the actions that he did to bring him to where he ends up at the end of the manga, basically. It just that's it. That's the motivation. So tying those things together, Ymir was a cuck queen. She was a simp. She loved her abuser, and I guess she dreamed of like a world where a woman could like kill her abuser and be free because she wasn't able to do that, even though Ymir was like for some fucking reason given like super Titan powers where she had like all the powers of the Titans. But then when she was killed or she died, and then Ymir or King Fritz, the Chad King, had Ymir's children eat Ymir to like get her power, and it divided her power, and I assume that happened like in like two or three more subsequent generations. I don't know how this King Fritz guy fucking lived this long, but like he kept like doing that to get like eventually like the division of like nine Titans, I guess. And anyway, Ymir 2,000 years later has finally and been able to like orchestrate everything in the perfect order so that she can create a scenario where Mikasa is gonna kill Eren, and then she's gonna be free from what exactly? Because if the because Mikasa's not free, she's still a slave. In the final chapter, she's like, "Oh, Eren, hi, I'm visiting you on your tombstone. Ha ha ha. Boy, I'm really free now, right? I'm free." No, she's not free. She's a fucking slave. She's more of a slave than fucking Ymir was. Ymir had the ability to be free, but didn't. And then Ymir orchestrates an event where Eren, I mean, not even just an event, like pretty much Eren's whole life, right? Like that's the implication, is that Ymir controlled everything in Eren's life to force him to do certain things so that Mikasa would kill him. And then Ymir is gonna like, basically like, I have to go back to my home planet now after she sees Mikasa kill Eren because she's like fulfilled her like revenge fantasy, I suppose. But that doesn't even make sense because like she could just be like watching anybody in society, and like, you know, any like domestic abused housewife fighting back against her husband. Like, wouldn't that be enough for Ymir to be like, oh, I see, women can fight back. Okay, I'll leave back. I'll leave to my home planet now, right? But obviously that wouldn't like be a story that anybody would really care about. So like, I guess my problem with the ending is that Eren was manipulated the whole time, and he never had any like ability to do anything other than what he did And I see people saying that like, oh, he was giving in to determinism, and that he didn't know. But determinism isn't a lack of reasoning for things happen. Determinism is that there are explicit reasons that things happen, and we can go into the past and point to them. The reason a car accident happens is, one guy goes through a red light and then two cars hit each other. Like, we can point to things that happen. That's what determinism is. Determinism isn't a future that is guaranteed to happen. That's fatalism. There's a lot of conversation around Aaron's motivation, and people like to throw around fatalism and determinism and these things, and they don't know what the words mean because they're like anime fans, right? So they have like the lowest functional IQ possible to like type words online, but not actually have any of those words mean anything. So anyway, if Aaron was giving into this determinism, then wouldn't he know deterministically the things that are motivating him to engage in the actions that he's engaging in? But in the end, he's just like, oh, I don't know why I did anything that I did, and I don't know why Ymir loved King Fritz. I just know that she loved him, and basically, like, it sours the point. If the point of the story is to have a woman kill her abuser and become free, if that's the story that Ymir so desperately wanted to see happen in the world, doesn't it seem like she is looping? Isn't she like recreating stupid scenarios just to like see it play out in a better way? Isn't that rather childish and pathetic? Like, she made Aaron do all these like horrible things for the sake of like making Mikasa hate him. So then he gets killed and then Mikasa's free. But how is that a genuine situation that would, like, Ymir is stupid. Like, really what Ymir should have done is that she should have like talked to some like artists on like Twitter or Pivx or whatever those websites are, and like, hey, can you commission me some like domestic abuse housewife killing her abuser images? Because that's my fetish, I guess. That's Ymir's fetish, right? Because that's what I see happening in the manga. That seems to be what the fuck happened, right? Like, I don't even know if I want to get in on Aaron's stupid plan. I should, because that's the only other part of the manga that actually matters at all. Everything else is fucking stupid. All the characters are dumb. I don't care about any of them. But Aaron's plan, or Ymir's plan of killing 80% of the population is like, how you can't. The problem with like going on a global genocide is that you can't go 80%. You can't go like halfway, because like the Eldians or whatever, the people on Padaris, whatever, the stupid island, people on the dumb island, like, how many people do they have? They have like probably like maybe 5 million people. I don't fucking know, but I'm pretty sure in the manga it says that like the people in the globe are like outnumber them like by a fuck ton, and there are certain towns and stuff and villages and cities that are just like untouched. So like, sure, the infrastructure is going to be fucked, but like, they still have that technological advancement, and it's very evident in the manga that like this was like the last moment that Titans could actually have an impact on the world, because they're about to get like really powerful military technology that would allow them to like defeat Titans effortlessly. Like, they're gonna have like planes that could just like snipe them in the back of the neck. They're gonna have fucking nukes they could just drop on fucking the stupid island and just kill everybody. Like, it's pretty soon that the rest of the globe is gonna have technological advancement that would nullify the strength that the Titans give. So like, this plan needs to happen now. But the problem is that the plan seems so half-baked and stupid. You're only going to kill 80% of the world? Like, well, now they're like, and the plan is so dumb. They're like, oh, but you guys are going to kill me, and then that's going to make you the hero of the world. But like, dude, how are you going to communicate that to anybody? I don't, like, look, maybe I'm dumb, but if I was a member of the rest of the globe and the stories that I'm going to be hearing are like, dude, there's these, those people that turn into Titans, those Eldians or whatever, on the Parade Island. Dude, they fucking genocided like 80% of the fucking planet, dude. Holy shit. Oh, but one of them killed them, and now all the Titans are gone. Oh, that's good. I still don't trust those Eldians though, like, right? Like, the basic discourse surrounding a global genocide is gonna be like, no matter what you do, it will never atone for that level of genocide. Like, dude, you're just setting up the world to hate Parade Island even more than they already do. Like, are you fucking stupid? It just, like, how is that going to work at all? And they kind of draw attention to this, that like when they have like the diplomacy peace talk people are like taking a boat over to dumb fuck wherever, and they're like, oh, maybe they're going to sink the boat. That would have been awesome. I genuinely wanted that to happen. That's what I thought too, was that, like, why would they even engage with peace talks with people who genocided everybody? The countless fucking dead that must exist that are just buried under the fucking footsteps of these colossal titans. Like, and you're just like, oh yeah, let's have some peace talks like 5 years later. Why is it a times? Why was that happen? Why is there a time skip? And why does Armin finally not look like a fucking loser? Armin looks like just terrible. He's got the worst. I mean, the artist god awful, right? But like Armin's just design looks so much worse than the art even gives him credit for. It's actually astonishing. I don't fucking know. Like, the plan is fucking stupid. Like, how is that gonna help? Because like in the same final chapter, we see the Paradis Island military is basically going super fascist, and they have technology because they like are like, yo, like, it looks like a fucking Nazi rally almost, in terms of like, yeah, like they have like a quote that's like, I'm gonna die and kill for fucking Parade Island or whatever, right? Like, that doesn't sound like a military or a society that is gonna be able to effectively hold on to peace. It sounds like there's a lot of animosity because they are afraid the world is going to want to kill them, and the world should rightfully want to kill them because, it seems like you are crazy people. I don't trust you that you're still Titans. I know they have a scene in the end of the manga where it's like, I'm not a Titan anymore. See, look, I'm just a regular boy. Don't shoot at me, sir. Haha. And it's just like, what should have happened in that scene is that the people, the globalists, Zionists, gay frogwater people, they should have just shot and massacred Armin, Mikasa, Levi. Everybody should have fucking gotten shot and killed in that scene right there. That would have been fucking awesome. And then it would have maybe explained how Eren was like such a desperate cuck that like he was brought to this end where he had to like do this horrible thing, and then like all of his friends were killed, but like Ymir got to like see her ending that she wanted. So like she was happy, and like that's it. That's what should have fucking happened. All those fucking people with the guns should have just laid waste to all the Titan shifters, blasted them all, fuck them. And instead we have this like fake happy ending, and it's like, dude, the tone here is all off. We just got off genociding like tons of people. There's a lot of emotions going on, and like you can't even tell. Like, the art direction is so bad, you can't even tell the action between some of the panels and how any of it like makes sense. Like, the characters are just like there and things are happening, and so like it seems very rushed. It was like fucking Isayama or whatever the fuck his name is was just like, oh shit, like the editors are like, no, take that panel out, and they're just like yoinking panels out, and he's just like, oh, but it doesn't make sense anymore if you take out all these panels, the action and the characters, the things that they say, it doesn't really flow anymore. It's like, nope, this has got to be X amount of pages, it's got to be this, we got to yoink all these things out. And I don't really know the effect that like the editing has on the manga. I see a lot of people throw that around as if that was some kind of meaningful change that happened, but oh my god, I forgot about Historia. What a stupid plot line. What even was that? Like, why, why even have that as a thing? And like, and then, because isn't Historia with the farmer guy, isn't that just like recreating Ymir and Fritz? Like, Historia, I did not read the manga, okay? I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But like, didn't Historia get bullied by the farmer guy, and now she's like, cream pie, my pussy, farmer coon, like that, like, what the fuck? Like, isn't this just recreating the Ymir Fritz, except like a little less brutal? Like, Historia has like powers, right? And then Farmer Coon is like bullying her, so like he's like abusive to her, kind of. And then in the end, he gets like her utter devotion and like raising her kids or whatever. Unless like Historia actually is raising Aaron's kid, I don't know. That I don't fucking know. It seems fucking stupid. But like, so there is like, it seems like the manga was set up for like time loops, right? That like Aaron was brought to this like horrible end, and he's finally able to like state his like true motivation, his true goals, which was just to like fuck his like Happa sister. He's like, yeah, I want to fuck Mikasa. I'm finally not a beta. I'm free to save that or something because I'm dead anyway or whatever. Like, it's too late for me. I'm huge, you know. And it's not beta saying that you want to fuck a girl or that you want to be with a girl, but it is truly beta to say that like I want her to like only think of me and I want her to only love me when you're not in a relationship. That's like peak pathetic, because like you haven't done any work to have a relationship to deserve those things, but then you're like begging for them in this like pathetic way that is like honestly pretty toxic. Like you aren't in a relationship. Like you don't deserve to have somebody's affection or attention or dedication. You haven't done anything to deserve that. So to like have those desires is like truly pathetic. And maybe that's what they were going for, but like it's pathetic in a way that is just like stupidly pathetic. Like, it's very selfish. It's like Aaron wants these things. He doesn't really give a fuck about Mikasa. Doesn't really give a fuck about anything that he's done. He's just like, oh, I'm killing everybody, but boy, when I'm gone, I sure hope Mikasa better not remarry, even though like we've never even like really done anything together to deserve her dedication. Like this. Wow, like Japanese relationships are fucking stupid, and I guess this is just further evidence of why I hate all Japanese relationship drama, because it's clinically stupid. It's just pathetic, and you can see why their birth rate's falling. Right? Is that this is the culture that informs the concepts of relationships in Japan. It is truly fucking stupid, and like no wonder like nobody's having kids over there. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't read the fucking manga. I read the last chapter and I watched the first two seasons on Netflix when it came out like fucking how many years ago. And I thought the anime was fucking garbage. The characters were fucking stupid. It just looked like it was like fucking torture porn bait. But not even that, because like the characters don't really get tortured enough. And nowadays we have like Redo of a Healer, which is like truly just like Riona torture porn, but like is anime. Apparently the Overton window of like the kind of anime that gets made that isn't just straight porn but is actually porn but not porn is fucking massive today, and is so much bigger than it used to be. That like fucking shit like Redo of a Healer gets made, which will make Attack on Titan look like fucking pathetic shit. Which Redo of a Healer was dog shit. Anyone who likes that is just stupid, just mentally challenged. But man, like, how do you, like, you have to try to fuck up your manga to get this bad of an ending. Like Attack on Titan, just like, I always felt that somewhere Attack on Titan was in the back of my pocket, and it would be like a manga that I would read, because like everywhere you go until the final chapter, everywhere you go online, there's always like some fucking loser idiot who's like, dude, you gotta read Attack on Titan. And it's a little bit of a cut above, because everybody says, oh, you gotta watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has like an art style that just looks awful. I hate it. It looks god awful. All the women look like men, which I find androgyny to be interesting and cool, but it kind of has to go both ways. And instead, when all the women just look like men, it's kind of stupid, and just everything just seems dumb. I mean, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure seems like it's for people who really like dude stories or something. I don't quite know. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Everything seems stupid. There's so much like shit humor, like literally. And that's just fucking gross. Like, fart humor is fine, okay? Because it's a fart, and that's embarrassing. And it's funny that humans take themselves so seriously, but all humans fart. That's funny. But like when you have like shit, that's just your fetish. Like shit is not funny. Shit is a fetish, and that's just fucking gross. So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure sucks. But what I'm trying to say is that Attack on Titan for me was always this thing that was in the back of my pocket to like indulge in when I didn't have anything else to like really do and like read this like would be good story but with shit art. And like people online are always like, oh dude, you gotta read Attack on Titan. Like, oh, all like, I don't want to spoil it, but Aaron's character is just so complex. He's the most complex character. It's amazing. And then like at the end, it turns out that Aaron was just like mind controlled the entire time, even though earlier in the manga, nobody is able to control, like the Titan shift, like the nine Titans. Like nobody can control the nine Titans, but then later on they retcon that so that the founding Titan can control all the other Titans, or like maybe when you get like a certain amount of Titans in you, then you can like control other Titans and you can like erase their memories. Even like the rules of the manga change so like drastically at the end that it makes it seem even more stupid, because like changing the rules halfway through a story can be an interesting dynamic to explore and to kind of like trick the audience, but like you have to understand that like that's what you're doing. It can't appear as if like you just fucked up and forgot, which, or it can't also appear that you're just changing the rules to make the story work, because that also seems like you just also fucked up and forgot, which, based on what I've read, it seemed like the final chapter for Attack on Titan, the changing of the rules, was just like the author was like, ah, dude, I forgot. Like, oh, I kind of forgot about these other things that I set up earlier, and I just didn't know. So sorry, everybody. I hope you like the chapter. It's kind of shit. Like, I don't know. Frankly, what would I have liked? What would I think a good Attack on Titan ending would have been? Well, Mikasa, that relationship would not have ever existed. Mikasa like fucks her half brother or full brother Levi or some shit like that. I think, are they even related? I don't know. Anyway, Mikasa fucks Levi jeans. Armin like is in love with Annie, and then like Annie fucking dies. She never comes out of the crystal thing. She just dies, and Armin is like just like he starts like hating like fucking Parade Island, and then maybe he joins like the Titan folks. Aaron is like the leader of Nazi Town or some shit, and he basically wants to kill everybody, and Armin and the other people are like, okay, well, we want to kill some of the bad people, we don't want to kill everybody. And Aaron's like, dude, like, we can't use our powers and not kill everybody, because like they're just gonna like, it's like the cycle of conflict and hatred and revenge is just gonna keep going. We have to like kill everybody else, right? Like that was the part of the plot for a while. So like that's going to be where the two conflicts are. And then you have like the Cringe Vengers, and the Cringe Vengers are going to fight Aaron, and the Cringe Vengers like basically stand no fucking chance. But like through clever manipulation and tactics are able to like orchestrate with the globalists, pawn poisoners, and they're able to like bring down Aaron in this like united effort that like bonds, Parade Island and the globalists against the Aaron Yeager Nazis. And then in like the final panels, you see like Titans are like helping them, like the globalist pawn fuckers are helping them like rebuild some of their towns, and like you see some Titans they're doing like salutes and shit, and some other Titans are like, they're like doing like a flag at Iwo Jima, like they're putting up like a fucking tower or something. Like that's the ending that I would have wrote. I don't know shit about Attack on Titan, but I think that would have been way fucking funnier and better, and at least it would have had some smiles on people's faces. So far, the only people that seem to like the ending are like people who just like have brain maggots. Like they have like an IQ that's like below 80. They can't actually read. They can't actually speak. They're like fucking ESL. And there's nothing wrong with not speaking English as your first language, but there is something wrong in trying to understand something in a language that you don't quite fully grasp, and then thinking something is better because of your misunderstanding. That's a problem. So But yeah, that's how I would end the chapter. Anyway, Attack on Titan sucks. If you like the manga, I guess I feel sorry for you that you wasted your time enjoying something that was so god awful. And maybe next time you should read a real good manga like Gantz. Okay, thank you.